Alright guys, it's the first morning. We camped up on top of this mountain, and this morning we had a bugle, just randomly, probably half mile back. So we cut around, got on the back side of it, because of course, found out that this area is pretty pressured. So Joe's gonna rip out some just locator calls just to maybe see if there's anything else going on, but we might cut up the back side of this and see what's what, so we'll see what happens. From here
to get to the actual hunting spot.
For a camping trip.
Tornado.
This is what happened when you put this Rambo Megatron in two-wheel drive. What a beast. Okay, so that tree line back there. Oh, and we're just gonna hover. We're close in distance.
Never did get on that bull. Pretty sure they went up and over the mountain. And
People, and hopefully tonight, for once, I know I said it like 5 times, but some weird areas we wouldn't expect people to be in. He's running up.
I'm tired, but man, it's crunch time. We only got a couple days left and gotta get up.
How's it feel to finally get a kill? Killed in Colorado. Oh, that's a big buck. That's a big buck. Daniels. Shit. Ended up killing a partridge. Got her boiling up. And we had a good wallow and some fresh sign on the way back. So Joe's actually sitting in the wallow tonight, and I'm sitting up here glassing. Older. Just okay. Joe just dropped back.
Alright guys, so last night, on a whim, just to give you a recap, Joe and I decided we were gonna hike up about 1,200 to 1,000 feet, straight up. And I mean straight up, like the 30, 40 degree incline, just on a whim. They figured we had to get topographical features between us and everybody else so that, you know, doing things that other people wouldn't do. Well, we got to the top, 9,400 feet, and we ran into them. So it's 5 in the morning right now. We're gonna head up. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Bringing up my feet.
This is what happens when you don't bring waterproof boots to Colorado.
Going up. Same spot. Let's see if I got her. Joe's up for a shot.
Here I am killing my first elk. It's no giant, but I tell you what.
Sorry to leave you guys hanging. We got her. We ended up bumping her. She only went in there 60 yards, kind of like we thought. blood was everywhere. Hit her in the lungs somehow. It was lung blood, but I hit her low. And I said right away to Joe, I said, it's either gonna be heart or too low. And based off the blood, I must have clipped the bottom of her heart, but there's bubbles in it. So regardless, we got an elk. Could have done this without Joe. He invited me out here last minute, so here I am killing my first elk. It's no giant, but I tell you what, damn, it feels good.
Well, people, that's a wrap on the Colorado elk trip. How would you describe that one, Joe?
Good.
That was good. That was hard. That was probably the hardest hunt I've ever been on. The video, I don't know how it's going to turn out. Obviously, we didn't have a camera guy or anything like that, and I didn't hit record on the GoPro when I shot the elk and things like that. But basically what ended up happening was it was the only elk that responded to us really for sure the whole trip. I mean, we had some other bugles and stuff like that occasionally that we'd chase after, but the only elk, Joe ended up bugling, and this elk kind of just started cow calling like crazy. Next thing you know, it came running into him. He may or may not have flung an arrow and sent it a little bit high, but that happens when they come in quick like that. You don't have time to range. Thankfully, we called it back in. I drew back, held it for about a minute the second time, and ended up smashing it at probably 45 yards broadside. But I mean, talk about ups and downs. I would say that's probably some of the hardest hunting I've ever done. I tipped over on my bike, smashed my knee up, got elevation sickness. I think we both had days where we were pretty mentally beat.
What day was it?
I don't know, there was one day I was just like broken. I was so mad at Joe. Joe was probably mad at me. It's just, you got to go with a good hunting buddy out here. Normally I hunt a lot alone, and I talked to Joe about this, but you got to go with somebody that you can handle, because it's going to get hairy out there, and you got to be mentally prepared for it. And we were both in great shape. Joe can run 10 miles pretty easily. I've been working out super hard. I still got sick with elevation sickness, so it is what it is. We're coming home successful. Last day in a zone that had 3% success rate. Met a guy in the woods basically, and he put us in a good area. And so now we owe Charlie in the chocolate factory, and we'll leave it at that. And nobody knows what that means, but we do. So we're going home with some mountain venison.